Yeah, this is Audel Boxx. I created the distribution of life because I felt it was necessary to to show the distribution of life, to add it to my book of life. So the book of life will show you what life is about, how it come about, how to live, where it started. Unlike the Bible, my version is a different version of life, how it all started. So the book of life, into the book of life, and the distribution of life. So the distribution of life, I was compelled to construct the distribution of life because many years ago I went on a journey to find life, to find the distribution of life and how the life came about, how it all happened. And it left me um, isolated. It left me isolated, um, not with, I wouldn't communicate with anyone much. And until today, my phone doesn't ring. I don't call. Left me cut off from a lot of things, family and friends and everything. Left me, just isolated, which some people would call a loner. Because when you go in search of something greater than you, it means that it could take a lifetime. It takes a long time, and without the result, it's always a search without the result you're looking for. So the distribution of life. During my searching for life, and how it all began, how it all started, where did the life come from? How did it happen? What was it? The intention behind the whole existence of life. And during my search, I went deep, 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 deep down into myself, deep into thoughts every day in, day and night. I wake up in the night and back to thinking. I would be searching, thinking this thing out to find out why did life come about? What's the intention of the Creator? There must be an intention. Nothing is a coincidence. So to find out what the creation of life means and why we are all here, we're here to live. We're here for a reason, and the reason behind the existence of life is so. The reason behind the existence of life is you know, the whole mystery of things, which people before me, I'm sure there's scholars before me who have thought and searched, and they've searched the life and came up with their version of life. But I think my version is accurate. It's probably the most accurate. I would think my version is the most accurate. During my search for the life and the distribution of life, I realized everything, everything has its compatibility. Everyone has its compatibility. There is somebody you're compatible to. So, when the life was created, I found out that it came from the life of all living organism came from the one concept of life. The one concept of life is what created all life. Doesn't matter your color, creed, where you're from, if you're a dog, cat, animal, rat, tree, as long as you have life, living organism came from the one source of life. There was only one source of life. Only one source. And every living organism, breathing organism has to do the same thing. Got the same way to survive and the same way to live. Everyone came from one concept, the concept of life. And the concept of life, because the tree needs a heart. The tree needs a heart. The tree needs to breathe. The tree has to need fluid to live. And all these things are, are relevant to the existence of living organism. You need whatever the creator created. That is life. That will sustain your life, is what is necessary for your life, or to sustain life. And life is sustained on all levels. The levels of life goes way beyond the eyes can ever see. No microscope can ever bring the ending of life, because every life the microscope picks up. You have to look at all the living organism in our body, and every living organism in our body has to function. They need food. And the living organism in our body, another living organism in their body, has to support their system, and their system have to support their system. So the cycle of life is never ending. The support, all the living organism inside your body that supports you, make you live. When you eat anything at all, this body of ours is just a processor. It actually, you put it in your mouth and your body processes it. What your body takes out of it, I would think it's the DNA. It takes only the DNA out of it. So the DNA, it takes out of the product. Whatever you eat, it only removes the DNA. That's because the living organisms inside of you can only eat the small things, and the small things are what means the most to the body. So this body of ours is only a processor. It processes whatever you put in your mouth, and it comes out, and your body removes the DNA from it. So you got a couple of things put together to make it the product it is. You eat this thing and it removes the DNA only, and the rest of it is trash. It comes out and you throw it and it goes in the garbage. So the intention of life, or the intention of life, are for the purpose we're living, and we're supporting each other. You have your support. Take, for instance, when I look into the realm of life and I see, people would think that it's unfair that a creator would allow somebody to kill the children, kill the child, kill it, and or just kill some innocent people. And you would think that there's something wrong with it, but a life was created like that. When you look on the chart that I've constructed, the distribution of life, when your time come around and the slot comes up, you have to give up the life. Now the creator created a life. You will go with you regardless of how you go. You will go. Your time is coming, your slot is coming around, and the life will fill that slot, and you will go. You look at the animals in the kingdom, and you'll say, you'll watch the lion eat up all the younger animals. I mean, the animals that can't fight for themselves, and you wonder. But it is clear to me why all this happened. Human eat other animal because we have to contain the population. The lions eat other animals, and that's how they contain the population. Without them eating other animals, the population would have grown exponentially. Would have grown more than we want to see. Would have seen more cows than you want to see if you don't eat the cows. If you don't control the dogs, you'll see more dogs than they want to run around. So it is, in every way, it is population control. The creator created that way to control the population of each. So the cat will eat the lizards and it will eat the birds, and human will eat the birds. We contain the amount of birds that can be in circulation. Otherwise, these are probably rapidly breeding things, and they could, before you know it, be too many of them. The world is just has too many of one animal. So that's how the animals are contained on in this life. The creator already have it all figured out. You will eat that pig, and that pig will eat that dog, or the dog will eat that cat or the rat, whatever it is, and the lion eat them all. So that's how it is contained. That's how the human population, not just human population, all living things are contained. We will cut down some of the trees and you will make houses out of it. Some of them will not grow because if you allow them to grow, they will grow all over if you can't contain them. So that's how the creator created things. When a man walk into a store and he decide he want to take out 4 or 5 people, those 4 or 5 people were compatible. They came out of that slot of life, and it's time for them to go. So the creator, and it may be the 6th person, which is the shooter or the person who executed them. It may be his day, but his job was to take them out. On this day, because the slot come around. When the slot's coming around, the slot of life has no sympathy for what may happen. This is just what it is. Your slot comes around, you have to release the life. You have to go back to where you come from. When you're dead as a human or dogs, people would think you're running around, but you're not. You're in the dark. They turn off light and you're in the dark. They've seen something, but you're not. The slot of life came around. You had to be on it. You have to be out of this body and be back into the slot of life so the life can be generated to someone else. That's how it is. So it may be a brutal act on a lot of things. People are killed people are killed by the dozen, on bundles, or hundreds or so. They're from that slot of life. Look on the book of life, on the distribution of life. It shows you why they were executed, assassinated, genocide, whatever it is. When a slot of life comes around, you have to hop on it. You have no control over that. And someone is going to take you out, because that's the way it is. Somebody is going to take you out, or something is going to take you out. You may be in a situation where you were from the slot of life where a mass amount of people have to give up their life at the same time. So the disease may take you down, or heart disease, or diabetes, whatever it is, blood pressure, whatever it is, may take you down as an individual. But your time is up. Your slot of life comes around. You have to fill it. When you don't fill it, you deprive somebody of their life, because you didn't fill it. You didn't hop onto the slot of life and leave this body. So that's how it is.